Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're going to be doing a video on PC cases, and it's going to be the top 5 PC cases, budget PC cases in my opinion. This is in no particular order. I will be mentioning which one is my favourite and kind of least favourite, and reasons why, and why I kind of like don't like these cases and why I do like these cases. But anyway, that's the end of this kind of intro. Let's get into it. So the first case we're going to be looking at is the Aerocool Cylon. I think that's how it's pronounced. And so all of these, I'd like to mention also, all of these cases are going to be like mid towers, and every single case is under 50 pounds. Some of them will vary in price based on where you buy it from, but majority of the time, if you can buy it from somewhere like Overclockers, for example, it will be Overclockers or Amazon. What's listed on PC Part Picker as under £50. So this is the Cylon, and as you can tell, it's quite a good looking case. It's got the nice LED strip, it's got a nice design at the front, it's got your full glass panel at the side, which is a good look for cases now in at this current time. As you can tell, you've got a nice neat look on top as well. You've got your USB 3 ports at the top. You can't really get a great image of it, but you've got your audio inputs there, and it's nice and smooth on top. You've got a large intake at I would say large, medium size intake at the top for water cooling. You've got this fan comes with a 120mm fan standard at the back as an exhaust fan, which is pretty bad, which will mean you will have to buy your own fans for the front of the case, because you don't want to just have an exhaust fan, you also want an intake for the front most likely, so you've got air coming through the front and the back. Another issue with this case is that, as you can tell, if you look at this front panel here, there's not much breathing room for the fans to intake, for the intake fans, and this can be an issue for anyone who wants to get good temps on the PC. So it's an issue for this one specific case type because of the front panel. You're not going to be getting as much air in the front. However, I'd like to mention that there is a shroud in this PC. It doesn't cover up everything, but it does have a go all the way across the bottom, and you can also just remove the sticker off your power supply to make it look nice and neat. But yeah, it's got everything that you usually would have. I've heard through some people building with this specific case that it's got quite good cable organisation, quite a lot of space for on the side panel, even though it looks quite flat. And yeah, so the price of this one case is on Overclockers, comes in at £45.59 including shipping. That is the UK. If you're buying from Amazon, it comes in at £58. So if it is, I'm going to just say, if it is £58, it's not a big deal. So it, like, if it is just over, I'm not going to say there's a massive issue with it. But yeah, it's a good, nice case, and I've heard it's good to build with. It's got a nice look to it as well. The next case we're going to be looking at is this Thermaltake Versa H15. Now this is a micro ATX case. I'm sorry about that. There are larger versions of this case. As you can tell, there's no glass side panel with this one, but it does come with a 120mm fan at the back. Sorry, I think it comes with any fans at the front, I'm afraid. However, it hasn't even got a shroud. This is quite an old case, but the bonuses to this case is that the cable organization is actually quite good. You've got quite a lot of space in the side panel. As you can tell from the front panel, there's an indentation on the side, which allows you to have even more. As you can tell in this indentation there, you've got that on the side panel on the other side where your cable organization is, which means you can have your cable organization working even better for you. Another bonus to this case is the front panel of the case, which is all aerated and open, which allows perfect breathing space for any intake fans that you stick at the front of this case, which is great. You've got the medium-sized intake at the top, which I can't show, I'm afraid. The best image I can get of it kind of is just here. It's got a medium-sized intake, probably big enough for like maybe single water cooler, but not really what we are looking for. But it is still a great case, and the larger ones are also really good. And as you can tell, it's £40 for the Mini ATX. So looking at a standard ATX version of this case, which does exist, comes in around about £50. So this is the Thermaltake version. I've covered all 5 different companies with this video, and really just to cover the spectrum, so I'm not kind of sticking to one specific company, because I could actually do that if I wanted to. I just really wanted to show branch out, but when I get to those companies I will speak about them. Here is a case from a company that not many people actually buy off, and it's good to have a look into smaller companies really, because sometimes they do provide really good cases or really good products for really good prices, and they look amazing, as you can tell from this case. And like you can get this with other products, for example if you're looking at RAM and blah blah blah. But this is the Zalman S3. It's a mid-tower ATX case, and as you can tell from the beginning, we've got the nice acrylic panel at the side. It's got the thumb screws on it, so you can easily remove it if you need to. And if you look at that beautiful front panel, it's very slick, looking really nice, and will work with most builds and most looks. I really like these side vents. They're really they're not too out there, but they're also great as a functionality purpose, because you're going to be able to have front fans on here and be able to get more air intake from your intake fans than we would have with the AeroCool Cylon. And also you've got quite a lot of space for other fans. For example, you've got your 120mm fan at the back, but you've also got quite a lot of space. As you can tell, you can't really see much from the images given. I'll just have a quick look on Amazon quickly. Let's have a look at these images that I've got. Yeah, so perfect. As you can see from this top down, you've got a massive vent on top for air intake. This is great if you want to be installing water cooling fans, and it will fit on perfectly. It's got the nice slick functionality panel, function panel for your USB and like power button and everything like that. Very similar to the Cylon, and you've also got a shroud just like the Cylon. So let's see if we can get an image of that. There we go, nice slick shroud for you. As I said before, the shroud hasn't got full coverage, but you can also remove the sticker, which makes things slightly better. The side panel, I don't know how much space you'll get in at the back, but by the looks of it, you've got quite a bit, not as much as you do with Thermaltake, but you win some, you lose some. So there's a disadvantage here with this case. I really like it, and it comes in at a really decent price on here. So £50 here for overclockers. It comes in at 70 on Amazon, but who says you always got to buy off Amazon? It's a great case, really like it, and I do recommend it. So if anyone's looking for a cheap budget case out there, go for this one. It's really nice, but I do have 2 more to go, so don't be leaving just yet. Actually, I have 3 more to go, so I didn't realize I had 6, but now I have. Here we have a Fractal Designs case, the Focus G Mid Tower 80X case. I really like this case. It's very basic in the matter of fact that it kind of goes back to the older design of cases and what people were into. You've got that kind of not full acrylic panel on the side, but you've still got the panel there as it is, and you've got a nice open breathable front section of the case. Well, I'm not going to say the only issue. There are a few issues with this case. It has got a raised side panel here, which will mean that you've got a bit more space when it comes to cable organisation at the back, unlike some of the cases, for example, the Zalman S3. But this case comes with 2 fans, unlike the other fans which only come with a 120mm fan. This one comes with 2 fans for the front, slightly larger than 120. I'm not too sure what the specific sizes are, probably like a 160mm fan, not too sure, but they are both white to blue LED lit fans, and they are both on the front, which is a shame, and I don't think you've got the space for one of these fans as an exhaust at the back. However, you have plenty of space at the top, as you can tell through this image, kind of. I don't really want to be going on Amazon consistently to find the images for it. If you guys really want to get your proof from what I'm saying, go on Amazon and have a look at these cases. But the top of the case has quite a lot of breathability, which means you could actually remove one of these and have an exhaust at the top, which is kind of viable. It is much more preferable to have it at the back, but there you go, you can have one at the top instead and purchase a 120mm fan for the back for a really cheap price. Grab an Arctic one or something like that off Amazon for a couple of pounds. This one doesn't have a shroud, which is a shame. It's probably because it's an older design and that wasn't really the way to go back then. It's got a limited space for its hard drive count. It can only carry 2 hard drives. I'm not sure if it's got any additional panels or any additional slots for SSD specifically. But yeah, I think it's only got 2 panels. It might be 3 panels. It might be 3 slots, sorry, for a hard drive. There might be one up here. But it's also got the easy accessibility to anyone who wants to be using a CD drive. I'm going to quickly just jump back to the old cases just to show you guys. This one can't take a CD drive, and I don't know any specifications on how many hard drive slots it has. It's probably going to be around 2 or more, probably with this front panel, because it has no space for a CD drive. Then you've probably got extra space for a hard drive. Sorry for that lack of information for you guys. But this one, again, Thermaltake has only slots for, I think that's 3 hard drive slots there, and also has 1 slot for a CD drive. The Zalman, which we've looked at, has the same situation as the Aerocool Cylon, which is the fact that it's probably got more than 2 or 3 hard drive slots, and probably got a mounted plate for SSD specifics. But yeah, we're going on to the next case, and we are looking at the Corsair Spec 05. Now we're getting into bigger companies now with better case designs and better cases all round. Now this is quite budget for Corsair, for it to be coming in at a price of what we're looking at as at Audit. You're getting it at $4.99, and at Amazon you are also getting it for $49.99. It's a very nice looking case. It's got a fan at the front, as you can tell as by the LEDs at the front there. As you can tell, it's just there. We've got a nice nice amount of space for hard drives here. We've got 3 slots, and also probably got a mounting plate I think just here for your SSD. You've got a nice amount of space, decent amount of area for cable organization. You can tell from this raised area and the embossed back panel that you've got plenty of space for your cable organization and everything like that. The issue is on this, once again, you've only got 1 fan, which is at the front, which is a big issue because it means you're going to have to purchase an exhaust fan to get a counteraction to the intake fan. Another thing about it is that it doesn't have a shroud panel, which means that it's not going to look as good as some of the other cases, for example the S3 that we just looked at. And on top of that, we've got a quite covered up front panel, much like the Aerocool Cylon, and it's gonna, not as bad, but also can be pretty bad, and it's going to be covering up quite a lot of breathability for the case for the intake. But you've got the nice acrylic panel on the side with I don't think they're actually thumb screws. The acrylic panel, I'm not sure if it's a pop-off or it looks like it uses an Allen key to actually take the screws out, which is a bit odd for a case. But yeah, as you can tell, it's very embossed on the side, so you've got plenty of space for the cable organization, which is a really nice thing to have when you're building. It can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but I really like you've got the I think on the Zalman as well, you've got the Zalman S3, you've got the legs to keep it up off the ground if you have got the PC on the ground, to give it breathability from the bottom, and also really good if you've got it on desktop anyway. The Aerocool also has that same design, and the Thermaltake also has that design. All of them have that kind of design. I just didn't really notice and mention it. And the final, so now we're going to look at the final case after covering the Corsair. The Corsair is really, really good, really nice. The only thing I think it really is missing is an additional fan at the back. A 120 fan would be nice. I don't know what the breathability at the top of the case is like. I'm going to presume it's quite small, but it's enough to take it's purposely built to take a water-cooled fan at the top. We are also looking at the fact that it doesn't have a shroud, which makes it look a little messier, but there are benefits to this case in the fact that it looks very nice at the front, very neat at the top. You've only got 2 USB ports at the front, which is a bit of a shame. Wish you could get a bit more on there, but it looks very neat, looks really nice. You've got the nice removable panel on the side, and you've got quite a bit of space for certain things like hard drives and all that. There's just certain things that I wish you could have in this case. The final case we're going to be looking at, and I'm probably going to say this is my personal favourite, it's coming in at a price of £46.45. Amazing, amazing, amazing price. I really like Cooler Master cases. They're amazing for budget builds, and they're really, really, they look really nice, and they have amazing accessibility for any fans, really good for breathability on the PC itself. So as you can tell, at the front you've got a very breathable front of the case, so any intake fans that you've got are going to be taking in quite a lot of air and looking and being able to not be restricted as much. It comes with 1 fan, I think, at the back, which is a 120mm exhaust fan, so you might want to be purchasing a few more, but you've got space for I think at least 3 fans. You've got a nice PC CPU shroud, not CPU shroud, PSU shroud or power supply shroud, fully covered, so you don't have to remove the sticker, and it can just slide in there nice and easy. You've got quite a lot of space at the back. As you can tell, this is a raised section right here where you place your motherboard, and you've got a raised section here where you've got everything. Of course, you've got no space, as you can tell, you've got no space for at the front, you've got no space for any CD drive, but this is the way the cases are going now. You don't have space for CD drive. You've got tempered glass side panel. It's not the newer way that we're looking at it, but it's still a tempered glass side panel. I presume it's acrylic. Sorry. We're looking at the good thing about this as well is it also shows you where you've got your SSD slots, where you can just hold your SSDs. It's got 2 separate mounting points, and you've got 2 slots for hard drives with the Cooler Master logo on it, which is pretty cool. I like that. A nice slick design. In fact, note you've got 9 positions for SSDs. I lied. I didn't even realize that. That makes this case 10 times better. You've got there is an issue that I have spotted, which I didn't spot before. You haven't really got a mounting point for a water cooling fan at the top of your case. So if you were going to do any water cooling in this case, it would have to be at the front, which is a bit awkward. It's much preferred to be at the top of the case. But as you can tell, this is very slick, very neat. You've got a nice front. As I said previously with the other case, what I would prefer with this is if it had a few more USB ports at the front. That would just make it a little bit better. I really do like the way the stands for it, so it's lifted off the ground, very futuristic, nice look, rather than the little stubs that you would get on most PC cases. But yeah, this is the Cooler Master Masterbox 5, and it's the final case out of all the cases that we have. I would say if I was going to be forced and my handle's going to be twisted, the way that I would order these is probably, I will do this now in the tabs and I will sort them in the order I think they should be put in. Yep, okay. So out of the 6, I would put the Thermaltake last. It's a shame because I'm kind of voting it based on its look. It's kind of an older look for a case. You'll probably be able to find a better Thermaltake case for a little bit extra money. Thermaltake never really make everything really expensive. The second would be the Aerocool Cylon, purely because it looks amazing. It's a really nice case. However, you've got the major issue of having this front panel not being able to have any breathability really for the front fans. Next, I've gone for the Fractal design purely because it's got huge breathability potential. You've got a side panel, see-through side panel, and you can take one of the 2 fans and get an exhaust fan and a intake fan simply by just moving it. And most of these cases don't have 2 fans, which will bump up the price for you. The next is the Corsair case. I really do like this case. It's got a really nice look. It's got LEDs at the front. It looks very slick. It's got the full view side panel. There's a few issues in which it's got, like for example, no shroud. It only comes with 1 fan. But it's also got quite an extensive large side panel on the side, which is really good for anyone who's trying to get a decent amount of cable organisation in that side panel that we aren't seeing. And then I would then go for the Zalman S3. I really like this. I never really look at Zalman cases or anything like that. It's just one of those companies that are kind of off the spectrum for me. I don't really look into them, but this case I'm very impressed with. It's really nice, it looks slick, it looks good, it's got plenty of breathability. It comes with 1 fan, which is a shame. You wish you could get more. It's got space for probably about 3 fans in the front, if not 2. You've got space for a fan or water cooling fans at the top, loads of space for that. You could even fit in probably 2 sets of water cooling fans. Don't take my word for it. But you've also got the shroud and everything like that. Really nice case. And then the last, I will go with the Cooler Master Masterbox 5. Really like this case, very slick. You've got the nice shroud, you've got plenty of space at the back, got space for 3 fans at the back, 3 fans at the front, and 1 fan at the back. In fact, you know what? At this point, there's one thing that is kind of laying it down. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm not sure what I'm seeing, because I think there's actually some breathability at the top. I think this picture's actually false. This isn't actually what it looks like. I'm just going to quickly look on Amazon, because if it does have a open top, which I can kind of see, I feel like it must have an open top. If not, I don't know. But if this case does not have an open top, then I am afraid that I am going to have to put the Zalman first out of all the cases. It is an extremely superior case to the rest of them. But if the Cooler Master Masterbox 5 does have that top breathable area where you can mount a water cooling section, water cooling fan, sorry, mounted on top, then I will vote for this Cooler Master Masterbox 5, considering its price, its look, its capability and everything it can do, and just the ease of use with this case. In the future, I think I might possibly even make a build with this specific case or another Masterbox. Specifically, I really like Cooler Master cases, and yeah, so this has been my, I was going to be top 5, but now I've realised that it's top 6. If I could remove one and make it just top 5, or just get rid of the thermal take, it's not even worth being there. But yeah, those were my top 5 budget cases under £50. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm trying to kind of think of more videos to bring out, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Please like, please like, dislike, do what you like, comment down below, and please subscribe. Still trying to hit that goal of 50 subscribers and then 100 subscribers. Really hoping that you guys please subscribe to my content. That would be amazing. And if you are subscribed, ring that bell so you can get the notifications for when I upload. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.